So today I'm going to be talking about a topic, and it's is Vietnam going to be the next China 2.0? So if you're new to my channel, the name of my channel is called as Sujoy in Vietnam. I've been living over here in Vietnam for over 6 years now. I was an English teacher for over 4 years. And then I started my online digital marketing business, and I'm also a full time YouTuber. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. So I hope you guys are all doing good. Let me just have a bit of my morning coffee. Better. So I can get my thinking caps going on. All right. Yeah, I mean, I keep on hearing about this subject, on international news. I've seen a couple of YouTube videos about this. So I'm just going to give you my personal intake. I'm going to be adding a bit of personal experience touch. Um, I mean, is Vietnam going to be the next China 2.0? Okay, so I've jotted down a few points. Okay, so now if we look at 2023, we know that there was a huge uptick of economic growth for Vietnam in terms of GDP, and of course, right now, Vietnam is following is following the bamboo diplomacy. Like signing strategic pacts with Australia and taking the partnership to the next level. And also last year, if you know that the president of China, President Xi, he came to Vietnam and he signed like 36 important contracts, bilateral agreements with the party chairman here in Vietnam in Hanoi. Um, so, and of course, there was 2023 was like a um, massive economic boost for Vietnam. Um, so that's like hands down. Even like I'm from India, and of course we're also one of the fastest growing economies in the world. But nothing compared to Vietnam's economic growth rate back in 2023 last year. So I've taken down a couple of the points. Okay, now, so I'm not giving you a definite answer. I'm going to be a bit careful while putting out my points of view over here because the last thing I want is that the Chinese police coming after me here in Vietnam or in Thailand or other parts of Southeast Asia, and it's real. It is real. Anyways, let's get to let's look at the economic structure. Okay, so if we look at the Chinese economy, which is right now not doing well, and it's in a very sluggish state. It's nothing new, but if you look at the Chinese economy, it's pretty diversified. It's not only pertaining to manufacturing, okay? So, because the Chinese have made a lot of investments for finance, banking sectors. They do have banking sectors, a lot of financial sectors in Hong Kong, and they do also have other banking entities in different parts of Southeast Asia. I won't name them. So definitely in the finance sector and also in the tech sector, uh, if you look at the big mobile giants out here in Southeast Asia, like Huawei, Xiaomi, Vivo. These top brands, they've definitely also dominated the market back in India because the advantage is that with these smartphones, it's very affordable compared to buying an Apple, which is very expensive. You might as well spend half the cost buying a Huawei phone or a Vivo or a Oppo phone, which has like the same kind of features or even more. So yeah, so the tech sector and also other sectors which are there. Okay, so I mean, I'm not making this like an economic video or something, but if you look at Vietnam over here, Vietnam is still predominantly a low cost manufacturing sector. So I'm talking about textile manufacturing, a lot of exports of Nike shoes, fabrications. I don't know if steel manufacturing, export, but of course agricultural products as well. So it's like into manufacturing solely, right? So I mean, definitely, I would like to see Vietnam diversify its sectors in terms of chip development. That I will come a bit later to that point. Okay, so and of course so many other things which I think Vietnam can offer, because Vietnam does have those high-end potential minerals which the world requires. So if that can be harnessed, definitely next level game for Vietnam then. Okay, let's talk about the political system now. Definitely in China, which is the Chinese Communist Party, CCP is a one-party rule. Okay, so basically, all the economic reforms, if Chinese firms within China want to expand internationally, or or everything has to be transparent with the Chinese Communist Party. If not, then you're in trouble. Then like it's like I've seen like big tech giants like ByteDance, um, Alibaba, and all those things. Yeah, you know the story, right? So yeah, I mean, no matter how big you are, or like whatever, like a multi-billion-dollar company you are in China, everything has to be transparent with the party. Okay. Whereas here in Vietnam, it's more into the Communist Party. So we is it's actually called it the Socialist Party, Republican Party, Socialist Party of Vietnam. But for me, it's Communist Party because I lived in Russia for 10 years of my childhood. So definitely, it was the Kremlin back. I mean, it's still Kremlin. Kremlin controls everything, right? Now, unlike like Kremlin controls everything in terms of the oligarchs and everything, all the big banking sectors. I won't name them, but here is I feel like it's a bit more. It's a bit liberal. Um, I mean to say, it is a bit liberal, but yes, there is a party structure in place. You have the chairman, and then you have the president, you have the prime minister. Each of them have different roles. It's pretty much in order because I was in Hanoi for 2 months, and of course, if you are up in Hanoi, you know the difference. It's a very different vibe altogether. It's nothing like in Ho Chi Minh City, because majority of the people out here in Saigon, they don't care about politics. I've experiences. I've had experiences. I've spoken with a couple of Vietnamese people, with some ex students and everything. They don't care about politics, what goes up in Hanoi. But if you are in Hanoi, people are very political minded. I mean, in the morning, you will see a lot of people reading a lot of newspapers, smoking their bamboos and everything. But it's more into the cultural capital, and of course, you get the Chinese vibe out there as well. I mean, the environment is pretty different. Definitely very different compared to Ho Chi Minh. Because when I came down to Ho Chi Minh, it was like you're coming somewhere a bit more relaxed, liberal, and everything. Whereas if you go to Hanoi, you'll find a lot of governance. Okay, so like you'll find a lot of police people, you'll find a lot of military everywhere, all around the streets. It's like pretty much controlled. But definitely, it's a bit liberal compared to the Chinese political party system. But people say like Vietnam is like the little brother of China. Well, that could be. I don't know about that. Okay, all right. So now let's talk about let's talk about the population. Okay, now if we see the Chinese population is the second largest population in the world. The first largest population in the world is India, from where I come from. Unfortunate, but the population is the key strength of a nation, right? Let's look in terms of like in terms of defense and like military personals and everything. Like if we look at China, like you got the second largest army in the world, the Chinese, because of the military power, the population, everything. I think it's normalized over there to get drafted after you complete your schooling. Just like in Russia, it's like a compulsorily draft policy. After you finish off your school, you got to do 2 years of service with the military, and then it'll be optional for you if you like to carry on or not. So I think the same is also with South Korea, but yes, I think even India does also has started the system right now. I'm not quite sure, but definitely population is also a very big drive when it comes to labor workforce. So definitely, when you're talking about a lot of skilled labor, population is definitely very, very critical, essential. Many people say, "Oh, population is a boon." It's just that it's not good for a country or something, but it's actually wrong. It's actually very important for a nation's development because population is the key strength. Whereas in Vietnam, definitely, Vietnam does have substantial amount of population, but it would be nice to see if Vietnam can start hiring. So the motorbike zooming around. If Vietnam can start also recruiting a lot of foreign workforce, not in terms of only English teaching for native teachers and everything, but in different industry sectors. That would be nice to see if Vietnam can open up its border a bit more for allowing um, international workforce, skilled labor, just like in Dubai. So that would be nice to see, maybe in terms of IT, digital technology, um, and other industry sectors. Let's talk about the geopolitical angle. Let me just have a bit of my coffee. If you look at the geopolitical angle over here, um, and is my camera bright or what? Hold on, guys. Yeah. Okay, better. Yeah. So if you look at the geopolitical angle, you know that there's a lot of tension going around between in the Taiwan Straits. Now, I wouldn't be surprised that there could be something happening around maybe this year. Um, kind of a military presence, because of course, the Taiwan has that chip technology. Is largest chip manufacturer in the world, and high quality chips. So if China plans to invade Taiwan using a bit of military might, then definitely that's going to also impact the world economy as well. And of course, it's not going to be also there will be sanctions which will be followed, which will be given out to the Chinese. Uh, a lot of sanctions, but the thing over here is that Vietnam is a very from what I can follow the Vietnamese political system out here, and the geopolitical angle. Vietnam is very friendly when it comes to exploring new markets and signing a lot of agreements and bilateral agreements. So that way, Vietnam doesn't have a lot of issues, except a bit of you know the islands. I don't know, but definitely it's in a very protected angle, and of course Vietnam has a very big competitive advantage when it comes to chip manufacturing, and definitely it could take over Taiwan in terms of coming up with high quality chips and becoming the leading chip manufacturer for the world, and also those essential minerals, if those can be harnessed out here in Vietnam. Now let's talk about the infrastructure development. Okay, of course, definitely China ranks high in terms of high-speed rail links, and of course, a lot of ports which are strategically located to connect to the rest of Asia, Europe, and Middle East regions. So, like strategic ports, and of course, one more important thing with the Chinese have are the industrial parks, which are very, very important. So if Vietnam can focus on these angles, that would be really good. Like having strategic ports, um, maybe having an important port in Phu Quoc or whatever, or having some industrial parks around. That would definitely be a very big boost for the Vietnamese economy and also drive in a lot of FDI, foreign direct investments. And of course, the metro projects. And if these kind of projects can be accelerated, because it's been like over so many years now that the metro is still not being is I mean, like in Hanoi, I did see you have a metro, but it's just like one line, nothing like the Bangkok metro and all those things. But thing is, you have things need to things need to speed up. There needs to be a bit more pressure, so that way it would be better. And also connectivity of the Vietnam should have high speed rail lines connecting the cities with the countrysides and other locations in Vietnam, and also have a metro system from the airport to the city, and also linking a metro from downtown city to countrysides like Long An. So that should be looked into consideration. And finally, I don't want to make it too long. I know it's nearing 20 minutes. Finally, let's talk about the manufacturing costs. Okay. Now, definitely the manufacturing cost in China is high, and that's the reason why a lot of Chinese entrepreneurs, small business owners, are actually relocating to Vietnam and setting up their manufacturing bases out here in Vietnam, because the cost of labor is cheap for them. Setting up costs are very nominal. And of course, where I stay out here in the countryside, there are a lot of Chinese factories. I don't know if they're Taiwanese factories or Chinese factories, but so that's something which Vietnam can capitalize on. Increase more foreign direct investments for international manufacturers to set up more bases out here in Vietnam. So that's a big competitive advantage. So now coming back to the question is Vietnam becoming the next China 2.0? From my personal experience, what I can see is that Vietnam's got a very bright future ahead. It's going to be definitely, I would say, the next South Korea in terms of technology, the next Taiwan in terms of technology. And I wouldn't be surprised if Vietnam would be the second largest economy in the world by 2030, or maybe the third or fourth largest economy in the world. Of course, India will top it, but there's this huge potential for Vietnam over here. So yeah, I mean, I hope you found this video to be insightful, and if you have more things which you like to share, just put it down in the comment section below. If you like watching this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you found this video to be informative, you can buy me a coffee. The link is down in the description below. And if you're traveling around in Southeast Asia and you want to make passive income online, and you want to make money online and live a stress-free life while traveling around in Southeast Asia, you can check out the link down in the description below. You can get access to my income stream website, where I have put a lot of remote work opportunities, and also you can join some money making courses which are all legitimate. So, with that being said, you guys have a great day. This was me, Sujoy. Peace out.